Is it reasonable to say the Ukrainians now understand, accept that there is no way to return to the 2014 territorial borders?
No. You see, Ukrainians are realists. They totally get where we currently are, but none is ready to abandon the idea that we can change these circumstances eventually, at a certain point. So a nation that abandons its dream, its ambition, its goal, is doomed to lose. So, in a nutshell, Ukrainians today would be ready to accept a deal that would somehow leave the issue of the territory in a gray zone, but they will not be able, and they will punish anyone who will sign, who will dare to agree to anything that gives this territory legally away to Russia. This is where we are. This is where we will continue to be. You know, people love to draw analogies, and some compare Ukraine with North Korea and South Korea, others with Western Germany and Eastern Germany. So many cases, many analogies to draw, but what is fundamentally important is that the moment you accept the fact that it doesn't belong to you, you lose it forever. And this is not what Ukrainians are going to do, because politically, historically, and legally, this is ours.
Understood. That's very different from the notion that you could end this war, you could have a permanent ceasefire where the Ukrainians are not actually occupying that territory. So in other words, a historic claim, a legitimacy is not, you're not going to give away the legitimacy, but the reality is a very different story.
Yeah, but this is what politics are about. I mean, no president of Ukraine nor Ukrainian leader will be in a position to sign a paper that legally cedes any piece of territory to Russia or puts it under international control or anything else. For a very simple reason, because that person will know that the risk of him being assassinated by a Ukrainian patriot will surge immediately after the signing ceremony. And second, that the criminal case will immediately, on the ground of committing high treason will immediately be opened against that person, because it's in our law. These territories are ours by the law. So
what Trump wants, what Trump has promised, is he wants just to end the war. He wants to end the fighting. Do you think that if he were able to convince, to pressure Putin into accepting a ceasefire, a permanent ceasefire, where there's just no fighting, with the territory where it is right now, maybe the Chinese help, maybe they don't, is that something that the Ukrainians, just that itself, would be able to sign?
Trump can reach the ceasefire if he changes the current way he handles Ukraine and Russia. But Trump and no one else can end the war as long as Russia continues to believe that Ukraine is theirs. This is unfortunately a very grim reality that we exist in. The problem with today's, the goal of the attempt of President Trump to end the war is commendable. Okay, I do not question that, and I appreciate that he's trying. The problem is that the strategy that he pursues is to leverage Ukraine with sticks and while leveraging Russia with
primarily carrots.
Yes. Not primarily, exclusively carrots.
Not exclusively, but primarily.
He did nothing except 2 or 3 posts on Truth social media to make Putin seriously believe that Trump is ready to act. The moment I see him act on Russia, I will agree with you.